Welcome to my channel, guys. p.2 here, and today I'm going to be talking about the World War II again and why I think it is bad. This is a part 2, by the way, and this is just going for the person that actually made a video called Why World War II is Actually Good, Obi Luck, which he is my friend, and this is just for jokes. Well, it's part 2 mostly for jokes. The part 1 was just something I wanted to get out there. So yeah, I want to be debunking some of the things that my friend said. Not like you know, to make fun of him or anything like that, but you know, just like a little joke and or like some things that are from other games and what it should be fixed about. So let's talk about the first thing that he was talking about, and it's about the gun that he said was an absolute laser. Guns in Call of Duty shouldn't be laser guns. That's the thing. Guns should be able to be balanced and should be able to not only not be lasered, but also be okay. Not like really good. Kind of like how some guns like the Scorpion from Rainbow Six Siege. That gun was a laser, shot fast, had a lot of bullets, and it wasn't good. It was not a good gun, and it took like 2 seasons to actually fix, which I don't know how it takes 2 seasons to fix a gun. Now, another thing that he has said was how Call of Duty should be a fun game. Now, I do agree with what he has to say. Call of Duty should be a game that is all about fun. But what Sledgehammer said shouldn't be going unnoticed. And how they said that Call of Duty should be a game where it's going to be historically correct. And what they said was awfully, like, not the truth. It was such a lie. And here's the thing with the guns. When they said that some of the guns are going to be coming back into Call of Duty, like of course should be, they're not making the guns how, like the reloading, how the design goes, it's like that. The designs are the same as the guns are in real life, but the reloading are in the same thing as it should be. For example, the M1 Garand, that's not how you reload a gun. For that, the M1 Garand has to be with your thumb on top of it and whatever it is. I don't know about guns, but I know damn well that the M1 Garand, that's not how you reload it. That's not how you're supposed to. Now, of course, he also said like STG being broken. It still is. I think they nerfed it, but it's still really broken. In every game that has to do with the STG, it's very broken. So yeah, that's one thing. Now, of course, he said that his opinion and how he likes the game. I could respect that. People have different types of Call of Duty games that they like, or Halo games, or whatever it shall be. Now, of course, my favorite Call of Duty game out there is World of War, and how it depicts the war and with no like moral, like it takes it seriously, and it has balls, like to actually show the real pictures, as I said in the last video, of the real people that got hung and stuff like that. Now, of course, he also said that updates that they made in World War II were not unnecessary, and some were. Here's some of them. They made a little update, something about going back to good old days of Call of Duty, like Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1, it's like that. And what they did was they brought back the old perks like Juggernaut, Mighty Dom. I think it was 3 flashbangs, whatever it shall be. Now here's the thing. They put that in, but then they took it out. That was unnecessary. They could have just not put it in, and it would have been the exact same thing. And I know a lot of people didn't really play that game mode, and it was kind of weird. Now, the other game modes that they added in, that they kept to this day, was Prop Hunt, Gun Game, Infected, and some other game modes that they added in. And plus, I'm gonna be honest here, the gun game that they added is actually solid. They actually made it pretty good because the weapons aren't actually the same. They're all different from different like LMGs, different SMGs, different assault rifles, whatever it shall be. Now, of course, I'm gonna be honest, gun game in that game, it's the same thing as every other Call of Duty game. Now, the other thing that he also said was toy soldiers being new. And of course, it is unique. It is something that we have never seen before. It is something that we never expected to be in a Call of Duty game. But the thing is though, it is something, as I said, if they're going to make it a game historically correct, they're going to have to stay by it. Not that they don't have to, but it's something. Of course, they don't have to go by the rule. Of course, it is still historically correct. The toy soldiers, after World War II was made, I think they manufactured some toy soldiers and how it was. The riflemen, snipers, whatever it would be. Now, of course, the glide bombs and how it drops. Of course, this is copy and pasted. like how he said, like it drops out of the airplane and tries to kill people. That's the same thing as any other Call of Duty game. For example, in Modern Warfare 2, the Predator missile. That's the same thing as every other Call of Duty game. So, like, it will drop out of the airplane. It's in black and white, but you're still in the same concept of it dropping out of an airplane and killing whatever's in its area that it chooses to be. That's the same thing. Now, another thing, COD isn't copied and pasted. It basically is. It's the same thing as the glide bomb is. It's the same thing as the Predator missile and everything else. But there are some other Call of Duty games like Advanced Warfare and how it first started off with its advanced theme. That's the first ever Call of Duty game that was so advanced. And to be honest, Advanced Warfare wasn't that bad of a Call of Duty game. I never thought it was going to be good. It was okay, but it wasn't bad and or good. Now the clothes, how you said like it is all unique. Yes, the clothes are really cool, but of course the one that first started off with this customization of the clothing, it was either Black Ops 1 or Advanced Warfare. Advanced Warfare started off with its customizing his clothing and how you could make it so you could look like a clown or you can make it something like another character from the game. Another thing, Black Ops 1, they make it so you could customize your face mask, and that was one thing that I actually thought was pretty cool because I never thought you guys should customize your face mask. So yeah, other Call of Duty games like Call of Duty Ghost, you can customize your ghillie suit, whatever it should be. You can become Ghost, Makarov, whatever it should be. Now another thing that he said was the campaign being sad, and how other Call of Duty games like Modern Warfare, Black Ops, stuff like that. Yes, they were upsetting. The campaign for World War II, I can admit, when Turner died, that was a really upsetting thing I saw. As I said, Turner dying was something I never expected to be, but of course, it's something that had to go. Some main characters have to die in order for a story to be suspenseful and or sad. Which I think killing Turner is sad, but it is something that I think should be agreed on. Like, he's too good of a character to be alive throughout the whole entire story mode. And of course, the other Call of Duty games that he mentioned, like Modern Warfare, Black Ops, like that. The only thing I could think about Black Ops being sad, Black Ops 1 ending wasn't sad. Of course, there was some part of it that made it upsetting, like Prochenko dying and he was from World War, and you were Prochenko, and he dies while Reznov was watching everything happening. And another thing like Modern Warfare, of course, Modern Warfare 2, not Modern Warfare 2, you of course are alive in it, but Ghost does die. Modern Warfare 3, Soap dies as well, which is pretty upsetting. Now, of course, the people from World War II, they have, of course, I don't know what they're going to be doing for the next Call of Duty game. It's probably going to be like another, like modern and or like a Cold War kind of game. I don't know, something like that. But the people that have, of course, came to fight for us for freedom in the World War. I can't say anything correctly. What is it? When they, of course, fought for us, they, of course, put in the back, well, not the back, with the ending of how they have fought for us. But of course, the one thing that I can say that did it correctly was World at War, and how, of course, they put everything from like how people suffered from the beginning to the end, and how they have fought for our freedom, which I think is a pretty cool thing of them for doing for us, which I do agree. Thank God they actually fought for our freedom. But for me, I don't think World War II did it correctly. I don't think they did it a good amount and how they fought for us. I don't think they did it really good. They did it okay, but they didn't really do it like respectfully, since they made the game so family friendly, and how there's rarely any blood, there's barely anything in the cutscenes like that. Unlike War at War, there's no cutscenes, but there are like things that you can't move your character or shoot, and you see something happen in front of you. Like in the second mission in D-Day, at the very end, Sullivan gets stabbed in his stomach by a random Japanese. Your character, of course, shoots him, so you get kill that guy. But of course, Sullivan dies. Seeing that happen to your character was something I never thought would actually happen. To me, World War II kind of copied World at War. Because of course, Zussman, the German Jew, comes to save you after you've been ambushed by some random German and you're about to get killed. And then he gets stabbed, but he's still alive. But in World at War, you go and you hear a Japanese banzai to you, and he stabs Sullivan and he dies. Now, of course, this isn't copy and pasted. This is something that, of course, they could have done, but they didn't want to. But, of course, it still kind of has the same premise how you go into some sort of building, you think you won, but then some random guy comes in, tries to kill you, or actually stabs you, leading for your death, or you come alive. Now, that is all I have to say. This is some of a shorter video that I did from the World War II video and why I think it was bad. Now, of course, this is just my opinion. This is nothing to... I don't think that Call of Duty World War II is such a really bad game. That's Call of Duty Ghosts. That's a really bad game. And Infinite Warfare, those are not good games. Especially Black Ops 3 Campaign, that was horrible. So yeah, my opinion, I do respect Obi Luck's opinion. If he thinks it's a good game, that is fine by me. He can like whatever game he likes, I won't judge him. But when he said he likes Call of Duty Ghosts, I kind of got disgusted. Ugh, Call of Duty Ghosts, that was disgusting. Especially the ending. I don't get the ending. We're never gonna get it either. So, yeah. Thank you, Sledgehammer, for the great experience I had in World War II. But seriously, you made too many updates to the point where I can't even play the game. But I'm gonna see if Black Ops 4 would be worth it, and I'm gonna buy it if it is worth it.